Coming to you live this week from the Beltline in Atlanta, Georgia, I'm your host, Kelley Bostian, and if you think you're a normal person, welcome to the Normal Person Podcast.
Some people act like normal's a four-letter word, but most of us want to be normal. To sit and talk for a bit about it, whatever it is. Are you okay today to press play? Is there any other way to be normal?
As summer begins its slow transition into fall, this week's episode is all about reflecting on one of my personal favorite summer activities, vacationing. We'll be sitting down with a few passing strangers on a particularly hot summer day and asking them a simple question. If you had unlimited resources to go on your dream vacation, where would you go and why?
Probably Italy for a self-care trip. Just me by myself, nobody.
I want to go to Egypt, the pyramids, the Nile River, just like something different. Like you don't like hear anybody saying like, oh, I've been to Egypt, like this and this.
Japan. My dad has traveled there several times, and just the stories of the things that he's seen. Technology.
I love Costa Rica. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Costa Rica. Have you ever been to Costa Rica?
I'd probably say like, I know Haiti isn't the best place in the world, but my grandma Haitian and stuff like that, so I probably just visited just to see.
I was thinking another place, but now it's South India for me. And I would say South India because I love their music.
As we dive into the theme of dream vacations, I want you to take a moment and close your eyes if you're not driving a motor vehicle. Imagine yourself basking in the sun, sipping on a refreshing drink, exploring the vibrant streets of a foreign city, or maybe even saying bon voyage on the iconic Margaritaville cruise. That last one was a joke, by the way, but this next question is completely serious. What is your dream vacation, and what's holding you back from making it a reality? To kick off this week's episode, let's hear what our first guest, Amani, has to say to that exact same question.
All right. So is this your first time being on a podcast?
No, it's not.
It's not. Mm-mm. So tell me about your other podcast experiences.
It was in college. My friend had a podcast. Can't remember the name. It was so long ago. But he had Conspiracy Wednesdays and stuff like that.
That's fun.
Exactly. It was Talking and Conversations. That's what it was called.
Ooh, okay. Well, shout out to that podcast.
Shouts out to them.
Yeah. What's your name again?
Amani. Yeah.
Amani, what are you doing on the Beltline today?
Just it's a Sunday. Wanted to relax, hanging out with a friend.
Nice.
Getting some food, chilling, soaking up some nature.
I love that. So I feel like I don't need to get to know you that much anymore. You kind of wear your heart on your sleeve in a good way.
Thank you.
But I wanted to ask you about today's question, to give you as much time as you wanted to talk about it. If you could travel anywhere in the world, unlimited resources, right? Mm-hmm. Your only limit is you can only stay there for 7 days.
Okay.
Where would you go?
It's kind of easy. Costa Rica.
Costa Rica?
Costa Rica.
Why's that?
I love Costa Rica. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Costa Rica. Have you ever been to Costa Rica?
Mm-mm.
But Pura Vida, that's like a real thing. It just means more life, happier life.
Coffee.
And they also have really good coffee. They have so many different sceneries there. They have Jaco and Arenal and San Juan and there's so many different places that you can just visit. And
so you've done your research.
I've been to Costa Rica.
Oh, okay.
So is this somewhere I haven't been before or where I want to go?
No, let's stay on that. I like that how you immediately said that.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting. So how many times have you been there?
I've only been once. I was there for 5-6 days.
What made you want to go there?
It was my best friend's birthday, and she stayed there with her family for 30 days. They had a house there for a month or so.
Yeah.
And they loved it. It's so peaceful. It's easygoing. People are just so chill and relaxed. They don't really do much. And just easy breezy life. You just eat, walk around, be in nature.
Yeah.
Do what you feel.
So is that your idea of a vacation, is just hanging out?
That's my idea of life.
Okay.
That is my idea of life. I like to not take a vacation away from life. I like to make my life a vacation.
Oh, so I like that.
I like to just make every day a happy day for me and make every day a peaceful day for me. So
what is a vacation to you if every day is a happy day?
I feel like a vacation is a state of mind. So I keep that state of mind of just happiness, doing what I want to do.
Okay.
Doing what feels right. When challenges comes, I face those challenges and push through them and grow through them. But honestly, just going through life, really. It's the vacation.
Yeah, there's some family ties, I guess, in the whole Caribbean.
Yeah, exactly.
What about advice to people traveling? to Costa Rica, what would you say is like something they should consider?
Plan to travel far. Costa Rica is a big country. And the different places, like I went to like the hot springs and like the black sand beach. Those are like a 2-hour difference, a 2-hour like drive difference. So plan to travel, plan to be on your feet and keep the ball rolling.
Okay. It's not for the, it's not for the, what's the word? I can't think of it.
For the vacationers, for the chillers, the chillaxers.
No, there's a saying is like weak of mind or something like that.
Okay.
Basically, it's not for people that have a hard time going on normal day hikes, is what you're saying.
Basically, yeah.
Like you need to be physically able to like be on your feet.
Physically able in your mind. I feel like you don't have to be physically able, because I've met a lot of people who are paralyzed and have been able to like go anywhere they want to go and go hiking in like places that I'm just like, how did you do that in a wheelchair?
Yeah.
So I think just like physically, like a physical mind state, like a state of mind and being able to do.
On the topic of Caribbean vacations, you might be surprised to learn that our next guest has a dream vacation that's very similar to Amani's, but it isn't exactly a sandals resort. Rather, something rooted in his own personal family history and heritage.
Cool. What brings y'all to the Beltline today?
Just music business. That's all like, yo.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about your music.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a local rapper from Memphis. Most of the people who support me is in Memphis, but like I'm in Atlanta to just build my popularity and, you know what I'm saying, network and stuff like that. I got an engineer stay out here. He got a house and stuff with a studio in it, so he come let me record anytime I want to, pretty much. That's it.
How would you describe your music?
I'd say like it's authentic, like it's a war zone going on in Memphis right now. So like I just pretty much address street beef. That's really how I got like popularity in Memphis, like address the street beef and stuff, because I've been through a lot and it's a lot going on in my city. So like I don't really want to put my business out here, but I put it in a song anyway. I've been shot when I was shot when I was 15, so like it made me into that type of person. So like to be honest, I feel like it's a curse, because like it's a generation thing. Like one person might, you know what I'm saying, get killed by gun violence and they never stop, you know what I'm saying?
Did you say where can people find it at, the music?
It's on Apple Music, YouTube, Spotify, SoundCloud, everything. It's on everything. It's Kodak Rumbo on YouTube though, and it's Rumbo 2 times on Apple Music.
So let's, I feel like I've gotten to know y'all a little bit. Let's talk about today's question, which is like, if you could travel anywhere for a week, where would you go and why?
If I could go somewhere for a week.
Anywhere, money is not an obstacle. Nothing's an obstacle at all. You can bring anyone you want, do anything you want to do.
I'd probably say like, I know Haiti isn't the best place in the world, but my grandma Haitian and stuff like that, so like, and she was born there, and like it's so much going on out there right now that we can't go over there and they poor over there. So you know what I'm saying, I'd probably just visit it just to see, you know what I'm saying, the culture of my race.
Yeah, so you've never been there before?
I've never been there. My grandma was born there though.
Okay, has she been there? I mean, I know she was born there, but like...
not since she was like 20 something, I think. Like,
oh wow, that's crazy. What would you do if you went over there? Like, would you want to visit places where your family are from and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think that'll be interesting to me, like seeing stuff like that. I try to get in connection with the rich folk down there too, because it's people with some money down there too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. What's Haiti known for? I know obviously, like you said, it's like kind of a poor country and they've got problems, you know, like every country does, but what's like their culture known for?
It's pretty much known for being, you know what I'm saying, poor, and they, you know what I'm saying, they just the music and the food and stuff like that. Just,
are there any like food dishes that you know about?
Not really. I just like, you know what I'm saying, the basics, oxtails and, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that.
Yeah, oxtails. Okay, what about you? What if you could go anywhere?
Our next two guests are actually really great friends who met while working at Longhorn Steakhouse. Their bond, however, transcends the workplace, and their dream vacation reflects the obvious shared interest they have in diving into rich cultural experiences. You'll see what I mean.
Okay, so y'all sound great. Say your names again really quick.
Yvonne.
Chanel.
So what are y'all doing on the Beltline today?
Chanel.
We just went to a drag brunch.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, where at?
At City Winery.
Mm-hmm. Okay, how was it?
It was
really
amazing. It was a Spongebob themed drag show.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Something like random too. It's like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun, let's do it. And we just went to it.
Yeah, so describe this to me a little bit. Like, how How was the cosplay, first of all? Was it like spot on, or was it like...
It was pretty spot on.
Yeah,
It
the
was
characters like really did everything, like the queens, I guess.
Yeah.
They were like,
Not gonna lie, I was a little disappointed in who SpongeBob ended up being, but it's okay.
We were hoping for the other girl, but
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't have to elaborate if you don't want to,
Okay.
but I mean,
You're fine.
I'm interested in the drama a little bit.
that was good. Everybody like they did like
Like I
their
said,
own little
they
thing.
were really great.
Yeah.
It's just I wanted SpongeBob because he is the star to be
the star.
one of the star.
And he was like the finishing one too, and we
Yeah.
were like, oh, it was still good though.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
I loved it.
Okay.
Loved it.
Okay, so food was good, drag was good, all around. We're giving them a 5 out of 5 on Yelp right now.
Definitely. Yes.
Okay. If you could travel anywhere, unlimited funds, unlimited resources, but it could only be for 7 days, where would you go and why?
Japan.
Japan?
Japan.
Japan. Why Japan?
That has been one of the places that I've wanted to go to. My dad has traveled there several times.
Okay.
And just the stories of the things that he's seen. Technology, I'm a tech nerd.
Yeah.
So like all the technology that they have there and just the different stuff, I would just really like to experience it. And
Yeah.
I love Japanese food.
Okay.
So I would
The
just love
food is
to
good.
be in there with the anime and all the
Yeah.
good stuff. Like it just seemed like a really fun time.
With your dad having gone there before, you probably thought of like some specific activities. You mentioned food and stuff, but what are the top 3 things you would want to do in Japan in those 7 days?
Eat a lot of food. I love food.
Okay.
I actually have like a whole like notes of like things I want to do in Japan. Like they
Okay.
have like the different like the Mario type stuff.
Yeah.
Like Mario Kart racing.
Yes, the Mario Kart racing. That was one of the things that I have in my notes thing.
That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
Yeah, that'd be
really
badass.
fun.
I just want to just go and just let loose and have a good time. I've
Okay.
been working on learning Japanese, so
Oh, nice.
that's something that it's one of the things that I am going to do.
Yeah, like you're manifesting.
Oh
it,
yeah,
for
it's
sure.
not manifesting. It is happening.
Okay,
It-
I've got some follow-ups, but let me
Okay.
hear from you.
I travel a lot, so my like biggest trip this year I've taken so far was Iceland.
He didn't say where you've been. He said where you
Oh,
want to go.
sure. I want to go to Egypt.
Okay.
So bad. Egypt. Yeah.
Egypt.
Can I go?
Wow.
Yeah.
Why
I'll take a
Egypt?
Just cause like all of like the background of it, like the pyramids, the Nile River, just like something different. Like you don't like hear anybody saying like, oh, I've been to Egypt, like this and this, and like everybody's like gone to like London
That
and
is
everything.
actually so true.
Yeah, and just like the background of it, just like so beautiful, just like so. I feel like you can gain like a lot from it, like the cultural from it, like
Yeah.
the food, just like everything.
And then the technology and
And
the
tech, yeah.
mathematics that come with the pyramids
yeah.
and stuff. When you get there, you're like, so,
And awe.
like
Yeah.
were aliens involved in this? Was this the humans that did this?
Yeah.
I also want to
How-
ride a camel.
How do they have this knowledge way back then?
Yeah.
This knowledge of
Without
technology
anything,
and stuff that we don't even have now.
Yeah, could you imagine the world governments getting together to build a pyramid of that
No.
scale?
It wouldn't work out.
It would
It'd
not
fall
happen.
apart.
Yeah, it'd fall apart, and it would
No.
be like a Costco too.
You're right.
Like,
Literally.
how tempted would you be to want to scale up that pyramid?
I
Every
would
time I see
love
it,
to.
I just am like, I want
I don't think they let you.
I don't think they let you.
No, they have like armed guards
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
but like, God, how fun
Oh my
would
god.
that be?
Yeah, that would be fun. Like, oh my gosh, the Instagram
Do you
pictures
make-
would be so dope. Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, here's a question for both of y'all. Now that I kind of know like where you ideally would want to go, do you think
Is he
that
paying for a trip? I'm just
Right,
kidding.
look underneath your seat? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh.
You get a trip. You get a trip. You get a trip. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, do you think when it comes to traveling, is it something that you should sit and save up for and really plan for, or is it first opportunity that you have, you need to go?
You just need to go.
You just need to
Okay.
go. It's like a little bit like of both of them. Just like do your research, like save like a little bit of money and just do it. Like put your requests off and just go. Just go for it. Time
What
is,
happens when you plan and when you try to overthink it, you
yeah,
don't do it.
That's true.
Yeah,
And so,
that's
like,
like
when
the
you get the
happy
opportunity,
medium.
when you see something like, oh, shoot, the tickets are this much, like,
Yeah.
you know what? Let's
Yeah.
go. And
Yeah.
you just go. And you just
I agree. Just do it.
experience. Yeah.
That's what I've been doing on my trips. Just going for it.
I'm just going for it. So, y'all's advice would be just YOLO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight
You
up,
do
YOLO.
only live once. Like these memories are forever, and like you're saving up for what? Like you're saving up for nothing.
Yeah.
Like just memories.
Yeah, honestly.
While Chanel and Yvonne's dream vacations focus on nostalgic destinations or places that people wouldn't normally visit, our next guest draws inspiration from the iconic King of Pop. That's right. This guest's dream vacation is directly inspired by the rich spiritual experiences of Michael Jackson's music, but not in the way that you would think. As you're about to discover, much like I did while recording this, Michael Jackson's music actually takes direct inspiration from an unlikely source.
All right, so let me ask y'all the question of today's interview. If you could go anywhere for like a week, unlimited resources, but it was your only limitation is you're there for 7 days, where would you go?
For me, I was thinking another place, but now it's South India for me.
Why South India?
And I would say South India because I love their music.
Okay.
And I'm a big fan of Michael Jackson.
Okay.
And Michael Jackson would use some Indian sounds that
cool.
I was noticing, and I said to myself, all right, cool. This is what I want to do. I want to be able to travel to a country like India to learn the different sounds, the different strings, so I could be able to progress my music. And India, props to all the Indians out there. Dude, your country is so spiritually high.
Yeah.
And it helps to get clarity for whatever you're trying to do. And I think that's a great spot for me to be.
Agree. So let's just narrow it down a little. Like you said music, but top 3 things you would do in that week.
I would eat fruits all day, different types of fruits.
Okay.
I would check out different types of vegan and vegetarian cuisines because that's what I'm into.
Yeah.
And of course, the different instrument for my third one, which was the first one I said at first.
So it would be kind of an explorative.
Yes.
Nice.
It wouldn't even be any vacation or go to the beach. Like if I went to the beach, it's probably because someone referred it to me.
Yeah, they were like, come do this. So you're like, okay, I'm going to say yes to everything.
Yep.
BJ, what about you?
It'd definitely be Egypt.
Egypt?
Oh, yeah, man. I just got back from South Korea.
Okay. Although our new friends Nayor and BJ had a lot more to say about what they would do on their own dream vacations, I thought that their answers to the last question of the interview might inspire some of you listening who are developing a bit of a travel bug from this week's episode.
Last question. What advice would you give to people wanting to travel? Maybe they're a little hesitant.
Just do it.
Just do it?
Yeah, because once you just do it, you're not going to stop. Your first international trip will be your first trip that will take you to many different places.
And it don't have to always be extravagant.
And it doesn't have to be expensive.
I have a cousin who teaches English, speak like 4 or 5 different languages, and this guy, he would just go to an Airbnb, he'll stay with a family, he'll gain experiences from just talking to people on Facebook or whatever social media site, build a relationship with them, and eventually that relationship leads to being able to save funds. So when you're out here, other than separate yourself from culture, go ahead and meet new cultures. You could keep true to your own culture, but also get to learn other people's perspective and views of life. And once you get to do that, you're capable of creating bonds and relationships that you've never thought that you could create, and you never thought that could bring you into certain places that could actually help you as an individual.
Wow. I think that's the soundbite for the end of this episode that you just said.
For sure.
Yeah.
Any other?
Don't worry, everyone. Despite what past Kelley might have said in that interview, we're not actually done with this week's episode. Our final guest brings an empowering message about solo travel, something that I personally have wanted to try my entire life, but have never found the right moment or context. And interestingly enough, this interview comes from a solo traveling experience that she had coming to visit Atlanta away from her hometown in Las Vegas. Check it out.
You said you're a model.
Yes.
What got you into that?
It's nothing. Everybody's always, told me like, oh, you should really get into it. You're really beautiful. You're really pretty, stuff like that. So yeah, I just thought to try it out, try something new. I've always been, majority in the medical field. So I just thought let me step out, try something new, try something different. So
you stopped working in your career to kind of pursue that?
Well, I'm still working somewhat, that's just a side business, what I do, side thing that I do, like a hobby, but I'm still majority in the medical field doing what I do.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. Let's talk about today's question, which is if you could travel anywhere for a week, where would you go and why?
Probably Italy.
Italy?
For a self-care trip. Just me by myself, nobody.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just relaxing, eating lots of pasta, drinking lots of wine.
Oh, yeah. That sounds chill. Where, specifically? Have you ever researched it before?
Not really. I just know, I would probably go to different parts because, even when like I'm in the States or whatever, and, you know, they have, you know, of course, different parts, like Miami. Like, you can go to Miami, but it's Miami Beach, it's Fort Lauderdale, so it's like it's always different parts. When I went to Miami, I went to different parts of Miami. I didn't stay in just one part.
Right.
So I would probably do that and just explore the city. Yeah, explore and, you know, get around.
Well, let me ask you, when I was thinking about this, I was thinking, like, what different things people would say, and traveling alone is one of those things that I was like, I personally couldn't do it. I don't know, like...
Travel alone?
Yeah, I don't know why, because I'm, like, out here doing stuff like this. It's just, like, I don't know, but what would you say traveling alone, what do you think that kind of unlocks for you as a person?
I mean, I really haven't had any, like, bad experiences or cons. I would first say, like, if you are thinking about, like, you know, going outside or doing traveling by yourself, solo traveling, to definitely do it in your city or where you are. Like, go out to the movies, go out to the mall, do something small first. I always do that, like, on a regular, so that's nothing new to me.
Yeah.
And then, like, taking quick trips or, like, I guess, like, turnaround trips, flights, that has been nothing, you know, to me. That's, you know, easy or whatever. You know, but definitely, like, as you get older, you know, you need that alone time when you're grown and to figure out what you want and experience stuff, like, without mom and dad or anyone else. Like, yeah, you have people, and it's good that you have people that you can call and you know that they'll be there for you. But you just need that, you know, grown-up time, you know, that time to yourself. So I think that's very beneficial to everyone. Like, everyone should do it just at least once in your life. Being, like, alive and just living your life, you know, not always working for somebody. That's what really matters.
Yep.
Yeah, you can always find another job. You can always, you know, whatever, but you're not always going to be here.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Definitely take the trip, take the risk.
Don't wait.
Take everything,
And that's a wrap for this week's episode of the Normal Person Podcast, where we've explored the dream vacations of a few everyday normal people. From the sandy beaches of Costa Rica to the neon streets of Japan, each story shared today serves as a beautiful reminder that travel is more than just a destination. It's about growth, connection, and embracing new experiences as a person. And as always, I want to give a big shout out to all of our incredible guests on this week's episode for not just sharing their dream vacations with us, but opening up to you. If you enjoyed today's episode, please consider subscribing and leaving us a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And if you aren't already following us on social media, check out the show notes where you can follow us on your platform of choice for daily clips, upcoming episode teasers, and much more. Until next time, may you find inspiration in the stories that we all share as normal people, and may your dreams of adventure actually come to life. This is Kelley Boston signing off. Dream big, travel far, and we'll see you next week.